That in itself is just crazy because, like, it's asleep. Like, it's not even dead. Anyways. Okay. Morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great morning. It's kind of rainy here, but hey, we're still pushing. It's fine. We love a little rain. So anyways, I just wanted to come on and say something that, like, the Lord spoke to me this morning when I was reading the Bible. And I was reading Mark 5, and I started at verse 35. And this is like this is when Jesus was walking through the crowd, and the lady with the issue of blood touched his robe, and he was talking to her, saying that her faith healed you. And he was on the way to the synagogue leader's house because the synagogue leader came to Jesus and was like, my daughter is sick. I need you to come and heal her. So Jesus was on the way there, and right, like in this verse right here, he was talking to the lady with the issue of blood, saying that her faith has healed her. And so verse 35, it says, while he was still speaking, people came from the synagogue leader's house and said, your daughter is dead. Why bother the teacher anymore? But when Jesus overheard what was said, he told the synagogue leader, don't be afraid, only believe. He did not let anyone accompany him except Peter, James, and John. They came to the leader's house, and he saw a commotion, people weeping and wailing loudly. He went in and said to them, why are you making a commotion and weeping? The child is not dead, but asleep. They started laughing at him, and he put them all outside. He took the child's father, mother, and those who were with him and entered the place where the child was. Then he took the child by the hand and said to her, little girl, I say to you, get up. Immediately the girl got up and began to walk. At this, they were utterly astounded. Then he gave them strict orders that no one should know about this, and said that she should be given something to eat. So he was right to bring his situation to God because he knew that is where healing came from. But in the midst of his situation, the world will try to label your situation and tell you what it looks like from a worldly perspective. So Jairus brought his situation to God, and then not soon after that, the people came from his house saying, oh, your daughter is dead, like, no need to even worry him, like, your situation is hopeless. And I love how Jesus just responded, and he said, you don't even have to do, like, don't listen to them, like, only believe, like, just have faith, and that's all you have to do. So from that, I just got how, like, you can't let anyone and everyone speak into your situation. And you could also see how, like, God or Jesus told the crowd, like, he didn't let everyone come with him. He just let James, Peter, and John come with him to the house. And you can't let everyone speak into your situation, because as a result of listening to what the world says, there was chaos in the house. When he got to the house, everyone was weeping and wailing, and they believed what the world said. So, they were just acting crazy. They were just weeping and wailing. And Jesus was like, what are y'all doing? Like, what is all this commotion about? And so, I think we should focus on what Jesus says, because Jesus was like, the child isn't even dead. She's just sleeping. So I feel like God is saying that in a lot of situations, we are listening to what the world is saying. And the world is misdiagnosing your situation because they aren't believing, they can only see it from a worldly perspective. But when we focus on what God says, we might not see it from his perspective, but we'll believe that from his perspective, he's got it all worked out, and, he has your situation under control. So the world can't even fathom how God plans on moving in your situation. In a worldly perspective, it may look like a door has already been closed, or you're going to be stuck in a certain position forever. Your marriage might be dead. Your family situation is hopeless. Your financial situation is never going to change. But listen to God, because Jesus is saying, what is all this commotion about? Why are you behaving like you don't have any hope? Why are you weeping? Why are you wailing? Your situation isn't dead, it's only asleep. I feel like Jesus is just saying, like, your situation is asleep, because I haven't touched it yet. You think it's dead, but it's just asleep because I haven't shown you how I'm going to move in this situation, and how I'm going to show my glory in your situation. And then how when God told the girl to get up, how immediately she just got up. That just shows, like, when God speaks into your situation, he will fully restore everything, And the last verse reminds me of one time, the last verse when it was like, don't tell anyone about what happened here, just give the girl something to eat. One time I was listening to the radio and they were talking about God is going to, like, after he puts you through these trials and he puts you in this certain place, after his glory has moved in your situation, and you are in this place, you are just in this place of blessings, like this place you've been aspiring to go to, whatever, you have to feed into that situation. You can't doubt, like, is this real? Is this really for me? Like, not necessarily is it for me, but like doubting, like, is it fully restored? Is everything that God said he was going to give to me, is it mine? Because he said he was going to give it to you. Like, you have to walk in that, and you have to, like, walk in the power that he gave you, because you have to believe that he equipped you with everything you need in order to be in this situation. So you should just, fully enjoy the blessings that he has given to you. And you can't let the lies of the enemy keep you from claiming the blessings that God has already given you. So that's kind of what I got. I hope that made sense. But thank you for listening anyways. So I just want to encourage you to have faith, okay? Rest in God and his promises. Like, he is on the way. He knows what you are going through. He is going to touch your situation and just reveal his glory to you. There is nothing too big, too scary, too hard for God. And I believe that he is coming to touch your situation. He's coming to touch my situation. Walk in life because, that's who God is, and that's who you are, Do not believe what the world is saying. They can't see it from God's perspective, and you have to rest in the fact that he has you, and everything works out in his timing. And just surround yourself with people who are encouraging and life-speaking, life-giving, because they are also resting, in his, like, promises. So, okay.